Now Tiffany's going to show us how to draw some Zen doodles on holiday ornaments.
So what we're going to do for this is first we're going to take any ornament that you have on hand, and I like to use a larger binder clip just to clip it right onto that knob, and what that's going to do is make it very easy to hold as we're creating our design on there.
That is such a great tip.
And then we're going to be using this fabric fusion glue. Okay. And I'm choosing this because we are going to be putting glitter on it, and it just makes it adhere to that ornament very well. So
perfect.
We're just going to do one very simple design, and we're just going to go back and forth in like a teardrop motion and a teardrop shape, and go back and forth in like a windshield wiper motion. And once you get a little bit done, this glue does dry fairly quickly, so you kind of want to do section by section.
Okay.
And then add your glitter.
Should we do the glitter over the cards?
Yes. And what that's going to do is just hold it all together so that if you have something to put your extra glitter in, it's already there.
Nice.
And then just shake it off a little bit. I kind of like to tap it. Yep. And you can see it's already starting, and you're just going to keep going all the way around the ornament.
Okay. Are there any tangles that you recommend that we do or not do for this design?
Definitely don't do anything that's too intricate, because it won't work very well, because the glue is obviously a bit thicker and you're working on a smaller object. So you want to use a fairly open and easy design, a simple design.
Okay.
So once you get a few of these done, you can decide if you want to personalize them. And I'm going to personalize this for my daughter. This is one of her favorite color combinations, the blue and the purple. So I'm just going to write her name on it.
Now, if you accidentally get glue somewhere where you don't mean to, what do you do?
You can use a Q-tip or your finger if it's, you know, in a easily accessible area. You can just use your finger.
I found just now it's easy to turn the ornament too as you're putting the glue on.
Right, yes, it makes your hand a little bit steadier. And these don't take very long to do, so if you have a lot of people in your family, it's a great way to personalize your tree.
That's nice. I think this would make like a nice teacher gift, you know, or for a coach or things like that.
Definitely.
To just let people know that you're thinking about them. I'm gonna add one more. Two of my lines sort of ran together in the beginning, so I'm just gonna go back in and add a third. So they're even on the bottom.
Yeah, there's always a way to kind of fix if you've kind of made a little blunder somewhere. You know, you can always work around it. And things don't have to be absolutely perfect, because, I mean, it is a homemade gift, so. And what I like to do is, once I decide I have enough of these little designs, is I like to do a little swirl just to kind of finish off the design. So I'll just do some little curves. Just to bring everything together.
I love those.
And as long as you work quickly, I mean, you can do a little bit more than just one or two of those little swirls.
Now, does just about any type of glass ornament work? Can you use plastic?
Any ornament should work fine. I've used ceramic and glass, and these are just not, these are shatter resistant ornaments.
Oh, that's nice.
So they're just kind of like a plastic with a shiny coating.
If you get frustrated and you throw it across the room, it's not going to break.
Right.
Noted. Just kidding. I love these little swirls that we're putting in.
It's just a very easy design. And you can get through a lot of these in a day.
I imagine. And how long does this take from start to finish?
Probably maybe 15 minutes or so.
15 minutes. And about how much does it cost to do like a handful of them?
I mean, I could get a bunch of ornaments at any retailer store for pretty inexpensive. I got like 50 of them for $6 at the end of last year after Christmas is over with. And
oh yeah, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
I always forget about those after after holiday sales. Everything's like 80% off. And I always have way too many ornaments too. So this would be a nice way to sort of reuse them and keep them alive by updating them and then giving them to someone as a gift.
Definitely. Okay, so once you're happy with your design, what you're going to do is you're going to take a Q-tip and kind of run it along where there's glitter, but you don't want glitter there.
Okay.
And that's just sticking there because of static electricity or, and that's just going to loosen it up. It's okay if it doesn't come directly off with the glitter or with the Q-tip because we have a special trick that we'll be doing to get the glitter off.
Now, in other projects that we've done where we were tangling on objects, which you have a video on specifically, we had actually cleaned, like we've used alcohol to wipe the surface. Do you need to do anything like that with these? Is there any kind of prep work?
You don't really have to because if I would recommend to do it if you are using like a glass ornament or a ceramic ornament, but these plastic ones don't really matter too much to have the alcohol cleaning on there. So once you've kind of cleaned that up a bit, I like to use compressed air, and this is the stuff that is used just to clean out your keyboards and things. And I'll just run over it and kind of give it some short little blasts of the air, and it just kind of gets rid of the glitter that we loosened up. And it cleans it up nice.
That is so pretty. Thanks. Try this. It's a duster. I want to be careful not to like put it near the glitter that is on here, right? And is it okay to spray it like right on that? I'm afraid.
You don't have to be afraid, I promise. Just short little blasts aren't going to hurt it like that.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Oh, goody.
So this is actually the hardest part here, is getting it into a dry box. And what this is you can use an old photo box or a shoe box and just poke some holes in the top depending on how many ornaments you're going to use. I can usually fit 2 or 3 in each box. So you're going to take your binder clip and string some yarn, or this is twine, and you're just going to put it through the little clippy things.
Okay. I love twine.
Yeah.
It has such a country feel to it.
You just want to be careful that it doesn't touch your design that you've created. And then you want to make sure that this is kind of steady and then feed the twine through the holes.
Oh, okay.
And if you're going to mess up, this is probably where it's going to be. So just be very aware of that. And if you need someone to help you, So now once that's up, I take another smaller binder clip and just kind of
pinch it together,
and then it's ready to dry.
Nice.
And then we'll do yours as well.
Alrighty.
And this is going to take about an hour to an hour and a half to completely dry, and then you are ready to hang it on your tree or wrap it up.
Nice.
For a gift.
Do you have any storage tips for these?
I personally like to wrap these up in tissue paper and then store it in its own little ornament box that you can purchase at a retailer.
So that would be a nice way to give it.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
Well. And then that would keep the extra glitter from getting on other things that you might have in your ornament box.
And you could even tangle the box that you give it, so that way they know, hey, keep this box.
That is such a great idea. I love it.
So that is everything for this project.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing this with us.
Great.